Gamers, welcome back. Hope Season 12 is treating you well. Today we are going to go over some tactical ideas and strategies to use in the Outlands to make it out alive. But first, if this is your first time here, please do us a favor, like and subscribe below. Really appreciate it. Helps out algorithm, YouTube, words not coming out. It's Friday night again, I can't talk, so apologies, but helps the YouTube algorithm out. So first, I want to go over a video here, just kind of give a tactical breakdown. In our previous tips and tricks video, we talked about a few things that we use in the Outlands to help us. More specifically, understanding and creating the distance at which the engagement occurs and knowing our play style. So I'm going to show you a little bit of video on that. We'll break it down kind of first overall and then frame by frame, and we'll give some tips as we go along. So here, this is why this is important. So as you can tell, I have two guns on my back. I actually spawned in here a little bit further up north, came down, and there was another player taking care of the locks. And this player did everything right. You know, he was a raincoat, and he was unlocking them one by one. Heard me coming and hid, but he clearly didn't have earphones in because he lost tracking of me. So I'm actually literally just kind of laying down on the map. He like walks right into my line of sight, and I just get the kill. So I get his gun, and I feel bad because, you know, if he would have done the hay thing, I probably would have let him like unlock it and split it with him, just because, you know, I know I've been that player before. I know how hard it is to get good guns, so I would have helped him out. But nevertheless, that did not occur, so I took the kill. So I come in here, as you can see, my plate's already been taken down a little bit. I do the unlock trick, looking down. And for those of you that don't know, if you go to the front of the container and you look straight down, hit the X button, you'll be able to unlock it without having to crawl on top. So I get an ADR, switch out the EF, you know, the M16 basically, and head up. At this point, I'm like, I know everything is down at that little fishing village south of the sawmill, and I'm like, man, I really don't feel like running down there. The airdrop's getting ready to come in, or it's maybe like 2 minutes away. So I'm like, I'm just gonna hit up that house that's on the top of the map, you know, on my way out, see if I can get a blue container, and just call it a successful run. So this is where I came back up to. And I'm just getting ready to cross the street, hit the house, and get out of there. And so this is the part we're going to break down. Let me get back to the start here. And this is why this is important. We talk about dictating the terms of the engagement. So as you can see here, I'm just walking through. I don't even know this other player's there. And there's his first mistake. He starts shooting without a plan. As you can see, he's in the middle of the road. No cover, no concealment, just shoots on sight. And that's one of the tips that we talked about in our beginners tips and tricks, is you shoot to kill, not shoot on sight. So now, within a matter of seconds, not only does he tell me where he's at by shooting at me first, I actually have better position because I have a car in front of me. So I'm actually, I actually have a little bit of cover. Not great cover, but I have a little bit of cover, and he doesn't. He notices this, kind of panics at this point, and I take note of that as he panics. So now he doesn't know where I am. He runs into the bush. Mistake number 2. He has an entire forest on his right, but he goes to the left, where there's basically a couple bushes. I know he made the wrong choice by going that route. He's probably panicking because he's like, oh crap, I missed my shots. And I add pressure into the engagement by closing the distance immediately, not giving him a chance to think. because he's already missed all the shots. And here is tip number 3. So he had a couple options there. As I cross the street, I don't even know he's there. He gave his position away. That was the biggest mistake at first. If he could have just had a little patience, there's 2 things he could have done, or 3 things he could have done. He could have sat there. This rock, I've never looked behind this rock playing on this map probably over 100 times. Never once looked behind there. So he could have just stood there or sat there and waited till I looted the house and got me on the way out, because I would have never looked there. And as a matter of fact, I might try that, because that's actually not a bad idea. But the other part is he could have just snuck up and waited, or snuck up and tried to come up to the house. You know, he could have closed the distance on me and dictated the terms of the engagement instead of giving away his position with no cover immediately. And the last tip I want to give you, greed does kill. As you can see, he's got a full bag, or almost full bag, ton of ammo. He's got a couple of really nice weapons. Well, one nice weapon and a couple of okay weapons. Or one okay weapon, and the M19 is what it is. But he's got chemicals, he's got food, he's got, you know, antibiotics, metal parts, nails, weapons parts for, you know, when you get those daily challenges to build so many SMGs or whatever. So he has a ton of stuff that if he left now, he probably would have been extremely satisfied with that run. Like, hey, I got a bunch of stuff. Maybe didn't get a kill or whatever, but I got a bunch of stuff and I got out. Instead, he took an ill-advised engagement and actually initiated that, and that's what caused him the problems to go from an okay run, a successful run, to, dang, why did I do that? So that's the kind of things we wanted to talk about today. Just, you know, it's important knowing your play style, how you control the fights, not giving away your position. You know, don't shoot on sight, shoot to kill. And then again, of course, don't get greedy. You know, the name of this game is not to get kills. This game, well, I take that back. You can play however you want to play. That's the great thing about Vigor. To me, I want to play to get loot. I'm not intimidated to get into gunfights in this game, and that's okay. There's other players that all they want to do is get in gunfights and get 11 kill games and, you know, lobby wipes, and that's okay too. That's how they play. The fun part about this is no matter your play style, whether you're somebody that just wants to get loot, challenging themselves by running into an encounter with no weapons and just seeing how much they can, you know, how many points of interest they can get, or how many pieces on the map they can get is discovered for each map, running around with, you know, getting a full bag of loot, or getting 11 kills, or, you know, a hybrid of that play style. However you play, you can be successful in this game, and it gives you that feeling of, you know, that sense of accomplishment, the release of endorphins. Like, hey, I went in, I got a kill, I looted a POI, I came out with a full book bag, I feel good. Or I went in with nothing, I ran across 2/3 of the map and came out with a full book bag. Or, you know, I went in and I got 6 kills in threat again, 2 games in a row. You know, whatever you want to play, however you want to play, you can do that. So that's all we really want to talk about today. I hope some of these tips and tricks are useful to everyone. You know, we've been getting a significant uptick in our likes, in our video counts in our hours watched. So truly, I cannot thank you folks enough. It really means the world to me. It gives me the motivation to keep making more. And, you know, I appreciate the positive feedback. That's why I love this community. Everybody's so positive and, you know, excited and passionate about this game. And even, like, you know, you go onto some of these forums where people are a little frustrated with certain things that the game does, or, you know, certain taking advantage of things like, you know, drop shots or jump shots or whatever. They only get frustrated because they enjoy the game so much, they're passionate about it, and I can understand that, and I can definitely, you know, relate to that. So again, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you have a great weekend. It's Friday night here. I'm going to get on and do some more killing in the Outlands because that's what I want to do. But take care, gamers. Peace out, and I'll see you next time.